Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing an unboxing of the 1/100 scale Grimgerde. Now, as we're all well aware, the 1/100 scale Iron-Blooded Orphans line is not quite master grade quality, but it's pretty close. All of the kits have had a pretty much full inner frame and a lot of really nice details on the outside, making them pretty much the equivalent of some older master grades. They're definitely not quite up to the scale of more recent master grades, but they're essentially like a 2005 master grade, something like that, but probably better articulated than that. So definitely pretty nice kits for being non-grades. So probably the best non-grade kits that we've probably ever had, really. I'd have to really think about it to think if there's any other non-grade kits that we had that are really better than this current series. So this is number 7 in the series, and it is the fan favorite design, the Grimgerde. A lot of people really love the design of this, myself included. The HG was a really great kit. One thing that I'm concerned about this kit is that all the photos that I've seen of the kit so far is that this kit does not look quite as dynamic or as articulated as the HG. The HG, I think, is a little bit more slim than the 1/100 scale, and thus kind of makes it look a little bit more dynamic when you've got it posed up in some aerial poses. But again, I haven't built this yet, so I'm going to wait until the review to say that for sure, but that's just based on the pictures I've seen of it so far. One thing that the 1/100 scale line has suffered from a little bit is weight issues of weapons, because a lot of the weapons that the Iron-Blooded Orphans mobile suits use are quite large, so they often have a little bit of weight issues holding them up. With this kit though, I'm not expecting that to be a problem whatsoever, just because it's just got those very simple swords, so that's one thing that I think is probably not going to be an issue at all. That gun, the rifle, might be a little bit long. I don't know if that's really going to be a problem, but it's also very thin, so I don't think that's going to be too much of a problem. But again, we'll have to see. One thing the 100 scale line also has had is just slightly larger proportions, especially in the legs. And I think that's going to be the case again here as well. Again, we'll check out all of that in the review. Here at the bottom of the box, just once again, we're going to have just some images from the anime there with McGillis in his stupid mask. Here on the bottom, we're just going to have the same cover art, same box art right here again. We can see number 7 in the line. Going around to the side, we're going to have a front and a rear image of what the kit is going to look like, all painted up. And then that looks like, I'm not sure what kind of plastic we've got for the eye, but that also even looks like that's some sort of reflective film on that eyepiece, but I don't know what to see. I'm not sure what exactly we've got for plastic inside of here. So otherwise, the color separation is going to be better on this than on the HG, because we have these piping parts in white here on the legs and arms as well, which we didn't have on the HG. And then on the shield, that gray circle there was just a sticker on the HG. It's going to be an actual part this time, which is nice. So there's a look at our inner frame, the Valkyrie frame there, with some armor casting off, and then just showing this kind of compared to a Graze for display. Also a nice inner frame on that kit. On the other side, we're going to have just a bunch of action shots here, a little bit about some gimmicks. The head opens, the vent kind of thrusters on the back you're going to be able to move. Then of course it has these cool weapons, the swords, that can be attached into the shields or into the hands. We have this rifle, which is not really my personal favorite, but it's okay. And then a little bit more information about the Grimgerde, about the masked man, and then 2,500 yen for the price of this, so very decent price, I think, considering that everything we're going to have in here. First up is our multicolored runner there. I can see those clear parts are in a very light crystal-ish blue. Gold parts again for the blades, just like the HG. Bunch of red parts here, our rifle parts, and our polycap runner. Some more red, some more gray, frame parts, and then the rest of our frame here. So looking all very recognizable at this point. Going to the instruction manual. It's got box art there on the front. On the back, again, same stuff we saw on the outside of the box. Nice reference photos there. Painting guide there at the bottom. Opening it up to the first page is more information, if you can read Japanese, about the masked man, the Grimgerde, and then that's probably some information there about the Valkyrie frame there at the bottom. For our parts list, everything in this kit should be new as far as I know, so looks like the only thing that's going to be X'd out is just 5 polycaps we're going to have left over. And that's going to be about it. So I'm assuming this is going to be like the other kits in the 100 scale line. We're building the frame first. Body frame, head frame, arm frame, leg frame, then going in and then adding the armor. So then we're going to add our body armor, head armor, arm armor. If I can get this out. Again, really cool that they have the design there in the center highlighting the areas that you're building at the time. Arm armor, leg armor, waist armor, and then here's about the face open gimmick. Looks like there's a part that you can remove for that. If you want, you can remove that clear piece to show the kind of mono eye inside there. Kind of interesting. And then building the weapons, the rifle, the shields, the swords, and how to hold that stuff, how to mount the swords and all of that, all pretty self-explanatory. And then here just a little bit about how to kind of manipulate the shoulder joint by kind of pulling that out and then pushing that up to give you, I guess, more room for articulation there in the shoulder to pull off a pose like this. And it looks like this one is coming with an action-based connector, which is good. So let's go ahead and take a look at the runners. First up is going to be our foil stickers, which is very, very minimal for this kit. The most minimal foil sticker sheet we've seen in the 1/100 scale Iron-Blooded Orphans line. Just 2 like very light blue, sort of teal, shiny blue colored stickers here for the head. And then PC 212 for our polycap sheet. Interestingly, they cut off the polycap 1, which is like the cord shaped one that's like specific for the Gundam frame. Interesting why they didn't do this for the Greys kits. The Greys and the Schwab Greys still included that part even though it was not going to be used. Maybe Bandai just wised up and said, hey, well, why don't we just cut that part off the runner? For the A runner here is all of the frame parts and stuff that's not going to be duplicated. So parts for the torso, the head, the waist, and all of that. We got the inner parts for the shields there as well, hands, and all of this stuff that's going to be unique. For our runner marking, we've got 1/100 Valkyria frame here. The B runner is once again in that same inner frame color, as this is going to be all the inner frame parts for the arms and legs. So everything that's doubled. So we do have 2 of the B runner here. This one once again marked for Valkyria frame. Then runner C is our multicolored runner there, a bunch of white down the center. This same kind of molded gold there for the blades of the swords, and interestingly, the mono eye piece. So again, kind of interesting why they didn't do that for the Greys. They just gave us a sticker for the yellow mono eye part. Now we finally got a little gold piece. 2 clear blue pieces there, again for cameras on the head, and then these sort of very dark purplish color for the other sort of secondary color of the kit. Interesting why they didn't give us this color for the HG. If I remember, the HG was pretty much just like a really dark brown, dark gray, almost black color, when it should be like more closer to purple. So this color is actually more accurate for that color. Runner D is getting into our main reddish, pinkish color. Here, not quite red, but not quite pink either. And just like the C runner, this one is marked 1/100 scale Grimgerde. This is going to be all our parts for the waist, chest, head, and shields there. And then similar to how runner B was for the arms and legs of the inner frame, runner E here is for the armor for the arms and legs. So we do have 2 of this E runner here as well. And then finally runner F is going to be just a handful of gray parts here, just a very standard gray color here for the rifle, as well as our sword handles, and that's it. So that's going to do it for unboxing 1/100 scale Grimgerde. I'm a fan of the design of the Grimgerde. I think we've seen some amazing customs of it already. So I'm definitely looking forward to trying something more creative with this. I like just the colors that it's supposed to be, just that red and gray. It does look really quite nice, but I think it could look cool and something a little bit more interesting. So looking forward to checking it out and looking forward to comparing this with the HG. So you can look forward to that too in the review coming up next. So if you guys have any other questions or comments, do leave those down below as always. And just want to say a big thank you before I forget to MindFenix Hobby Store for sending me this kit to share with you guys. Very thankful to be checking out this kit. Like I said, I love the design of the Grimgerde, so I'm very interested. So I'll see you guys in the review. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.